some of the best films that we've watched are the films that leave us asking a question after we've watched the film.
Right.
You know, when it's not a clear resolution, when it's like you leave the movie theater, like what actually happened there? You know, I mean, Christopher Nolan being one of the greatest, you know, creating that factor of like, I have to rewatch the movie now.
Right.
As a composer or a music producer, it's not about doing the music that you've always wanted to do. It's doing the music that the scene calls for. Mm-hmm. Even if that's just silence.
It's tough because as a composer and as an artist, we have things we want the audience to experience, but we don't want to tell them what to experience. So we don't want to foreshadow too much. Like
this particular scene, that particular shot is, and I kid you not when I say this, I'm getting goosebumps as I say this. This is exactly 1000% what I envisioned when I read the plot on IMDb.
All right, cool. Where do we start? What do we do?
Well, pretty much where the story starts for me is having found the off-rip IMDb page maybe a good 2 years before I reached out.
Dude, oh, I forgot about that.
2 years, man.
Yes, I remember. I was, we were looking for composers. And, all right, so I'll do a quick intro. What's up, guys? This is Iran Garcia. He is a legendary composer.
I don't know about legendary.
Oh, legendary, dude. Legend in the making at the very least. Man, what the heck? I remember we were doing, I was looking through composers. I was on the phone with Jake, and Megan and I were in the office upstairs, which I don't think you've even been to. And I was like, man, I don't think I'm going to find a composer. And I come across this email, and it's literally like a heartfelt letter that is like 3 or 4 paragraphs long. And
it was a huge gamble, man. A huge gamble.
And I'm just like, what is this? I'm like, this guy is like, what's going on? I read this whole thing, and yeah, I listened to some of your music, and I was like, did we just find did our composer just like fall out of the sky? And it's really funny because John Damari, the guy who plays Derek,
okay,
which is like the third friend of the skimboarding trio. Mm-hmm. He's younger, the long blonde hair. He did the same thing. He sent an email with like a whole letter of like, he saw the film on Actors Access, and you two guys ended up being like, I don't know, man, some of the best people on the production in terms of just like genuine, authentic, you know, great work, just really good, hardworking people, you know? So it encourages me to like be willing to go out on a limb and really just decide to, you know, pursue what you want and with conviction, you know?
Yeah, it's something that was once told to me, don't cold email, you're wasting your time. The industry doesn't really work that way. And I remember when it was told onto me when I first started, I was like, all right, challenge accepted, right? But the other thing is, for me at least, and I think this is really where you and we resonate so well, is I trust my energy so much. You know, intuition, authenticity. You know, I don't just reach out to any film. I reach out to the films that, you know, after I read the plot, I'm like, I definitely can do something great here. Not average, you know, because there's a million people that can do it better than me if I'm just shooting for average, you know?
Yeah. So what makes you gravitate? Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm at the place where I turn down a lot of, because I took like a year off of auditioning, but now I've opened the door again, but I turn down a lot of them, and I only read for stuff that I resonate with. Right. And I think that's the best way to be as an artist. It's
just energy, man. It's where can I associate myself with that I can do the project justice? You know, because if I'm not committing 100% of myself, if I'm not wearing my heart on my sleeve with whatever production I'm doing, for me at least, what's the point? Like, if I want to make a career out of this, you know, it's you have to sacrifice your, you know, as much as possible. You have to make yourself vulnerable, hence the 4-paragraph email.
Because it was beautifully written, by the way. And this is before AI.
Oh no, that was
this was 2023-ish. Well, we shot 23, it might have been 24.
Probably early
24. That was before ChatGPT. I think it was big. Before it was anything was, you know, nowadays there's probably very few people that are writing their emails fully like like that.
And even
I think that window has gotten smaller.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I'll be honest, me being English as a second language, me being Cuban and all, yeah, I use it to like double check grammar and all that stuff, because growing up for me, that was like the biggest, like, I hope this is written correctly and all that stuff. So at least for me, that's how I use it. But anyway, the email that I sent you, yeah, it was completely heartfelt. And I've had plenty of colleagues, dude, what are you doing? Just three sentences. Who you are, a link to your music. Are you looking for a composer? And for me, like, how do you translate your ambition and your authenticity in 3 sentences? If anything, for me, that's where it's like, no, that's really what cold emailing is, because you're not really saying anything about yourself.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, however many paragraphs I sent over, I just really wanted to take a gamble of like, if you got a composer, great. At least I'm shooting my shot. I'm letting you know that I'm really committed to this plot. I really connect with this plot a lot. And, the sounds of water, ocean, which I'm heavily drawn into. The rest is really just leave it up to the universe.
Yeah. Yeah. I think what's really cool with with composing too is like you were talking about the ocean and the water, getting to layer in sounds of the world and collaborate even with the sound effects and the atmosphere. I think you do that really well. You with your music, you don't you're not trying to overpower the world. You're just you're weaving into it.
Right.
Right.
And it's something that I like to talk a lot, to my colleagues about, and to some of my mentees. It's, as a composer or a music producer, it's not about doing the music that you've always wanted to do. It's doing the music that the scene calls for, even if that's just silence. And it's putting yourself into the scene. It's putting yourself into the lives of the characters, and really just committing yourself to whatever the character is going through.
Right.
Because if you go with like a pre-thought game plan of like, oh, this is what I want to do, completely ignoring the scene or the character or the psychological drama within the film, which Off-Rip has tons, then, you're really just ignoring a huge chunk of what it is to just be a filmmaker, at least within the music side of things.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to imagine that's got to be the hardest thing for a composer, is to allow silence. Like, or at least a new one, when because they really want to flex their muscles. I think it's the same thing with acting. Yep. We really want to show and prove, at least when I was starting as an actor, I want to show that I can get there, and like bring the energy or the emotion or whatever. And then you realize like, well, sometimes it's not about trying to do anything. It's really never about that.
Yep. It's some of my favorite actors. They're mostly known for what they do when it's quiet and silent, with like their face work. Joaquin Phoenix being the first one that comes to mind.
Goat.
Yeah. So it's the same with music, man. You can say just as much with just silence. Yeah. Yeah,
man. Okay. So we don't need to go into like a whole life story, backstory and stuff, but you found Off-Rip via just IMDb?
IMDb.
Okay. Yeah. And then, maybe we throw in a couple Off-Rip things like, I guess anything you'd want to say about the film, or anything you're proud of, or favorite moments, or anything that you... It's tough because as a composer and as an artist, we have things we want the audience to experience, but we don't want to tell them what to experience. So we don't want to foreshadow too much. But I guess anything you want to say, maybe then we'll dive in and look at some of your composing, and even how it weaves into to the scenes, and then we'll after that we'll maybe just chat a bit and call it a day.
Absolutely, man. So what really drew me from just reading the plot and all that was the fact that it wasn't a linear story. It was the ups and downs. It's a roller coaster. It's pretty much the mirroring life. So as a composer, pretty much my job, at least with the music that I love composing and producing, is creating a situation of not resolution, but just creating a moment for the audience, for the listener, of just questioning themselves and questioning themselves towards the storyline, you know, because I think some of the best films that we've watched, you know, are the films that leave us asking a question after we've watched the film.
Right.
You know, when it's not a clear resolution, when it's like you leave the movie theater really just continuing the conversation with yourself. It's like, man, why did they do that?
Yeah.
Like, what actually happened there? You know, I mean, Christopher Nolan being one of the greatest, you know, creating that factor of like, I have to rewatch the movie now.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I hope to make movies like that where people will pick up new things on another watch. I just found a new thing about the film, which was kind of like a blooper moment that I've never seen. And I've watched the film, obviously, and edited it and been through it hundreds of times. And Megan pointed something out the other night. She was like, hey, have you ever seen this? This is in this shot here. I'm not going to say what it is because it's so, now I can't unsee it. There's a little blooper moment that's, you know, something in the film that I had no idea we kind of botched until 2 days ago. So,
oh man, hopefully it's not a Starbucks cup.
No, but it's a similar idea. It's not a Starbucks, but it's the same idea. Yeah.
So, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we can definitely go through some of the scenes.
I don't know if there's a good way to go about it. I know I'm just kind of throwing it at you, but maybe, you know what, why don't we do this? You pick your favorite moment and I'll think of a couple of mine and we'll, maybe we watch the scene and then we pull the dialogue and the sound and we just listen to the score and then maybe we can just kind of see what you.
Yeah. So you want to listen to it first with dialogue or no? Just music?
I think, we just listen to the scene as is.
Okay. That's great.
And then we'll.
That's great, man. My favorite probably part of the film is really the theme. And this is really where the score for me, where it started. Aside from the demo that I sent you that we can visit, but it's really just the theme of what I believe after putting myself into the main character's shoes of just what he's going through. You know, that sense of I'm not happy. I'm in a failing relationship.
Yeah.
You know, my mother, I have to figure out a way to save her.
Yeah.
You know, I have to be a great, role model as an older brother. You know, so that sense of pressure, but at the same time so delicate because if anything just falls apart, like what happens?
Yeah.
You know, so for me, that's really where it kind of started. So yeah, no, my favorite part of the film is really just where this theme comes in. You know, that brotherly love theme. Yes.
And that's really the heart of this film is the relationship between Chris and Jake. Man, I don't think you haven't seen the new trailer I cut yet.
No, not yet.
It's very much centered on this relationship, especially towards the end. And yeah, man, it's like we're all fighting for someone, right? And sometimes it's, maybe ourselves at different points in our lives, but I think we all find that one person, whether it's a wife or a mom or a little brother, that keeps us going.
Absolutely.
And wow, I'm so glad you. Yeah. Before we play this part, I think it'll only work if we play the scene before it.
All right, which was
the not that one, right? Just right in the living room there.
That one.
Yeah, you kind of get a sense of like why the scene and the music is feeling that way.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
So let's see. So we got.
Hey, baby.
Oh, shit. You got a kid?
Who's this guy?
I'm a friend of your mom's.
Oh, come here. Sit by me, honey. You know how much I love you.
What are you doing, Ma?
Hugging my son? What are you doing?
Thought we had a deal.
Oh, I can have friends.
I think this is pre-mix, huh? Where'd you meet this one, huh? Trailer park?
Oh. Hold on a second.
Stop.
There a problem here?
Yeah, there is a problem. I got a little brother here, and I don't need dumbass bums coming in this place.
Oh, hell no. What?
Come on, Jake.
She's so great.
Yeah. Dude, it's so crazy how we got her too. It was just like so last minute.
I'm sorry, baby.
Last minute.
You okay?
And it's like you can feel like just the protector.
Where were we? You remember where we were?
Remind
Let me
me.
show you where we were.
Getting stormy out. How's your ice cream?
Really good.
We better go soon. What do you think? Yeah? All right, let's call it.
Let's go that way.
Such beautiful guitar playing too. Gosh.
Like this particular scene, that particular shot is, and I kid you not when I say this, I'm getting goosebumps as I say this. This is exactly 1000% what I envisioned when I read the plot on IMDb 2 years before I reached out. This exact shot.
It's
Just
so crazy.
nature, ocean, breeze. I mean, me being raised in Miami Beach, like I know those vibes. I know those colors when, you know, the thunderstorm is coming. And then
Yeah.
like, what does that actually mean in real life? When the thunder, you could see something spiraling a month ahead.
Yeah.
How do you prepare for that?
Yeah.
And you can just see it in Chris's eyes. Like he's holding it down. Obviously he can't express that to his younger brother because he's trying to like, I got you. Right. So, you know, the music obviously is simple enough, but again, it's because the performance is there. Like when the performance is there, music doesn't need to do that much, man.
It's so crazy because this exact frame is exactly what I told Jake is my favorite frame of the film. I told him this is my favorite shot of the movie.
There's just so much there, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it so much.
You could just stay here just watching, and I mean this with all my heart. You could just watch this frame, stay here for like 5 minutes and just ask yourself questions. What is happening here?
Yeah.
Between the relationship of these two brothers, you know, and then you put the mother nature, you know, the ocean and all that. It's like tons of layers.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite scene, though.
Man, okay. Let's listen to it one more time with just the music.
Yeah.
And if there's any like technical, like maybe like why you chose the certain sound you did. I know it was all kind of built in with like the whole theme of the film, but if there's any like, I don't know, for any aspiring composers or sound engineers.
No, I mean, I could literally, it's really just two parts. You know, this theme of just what's called like a pedal tone, something that just kind of stays. And that's the ambience, right? That's the world that Chris lives in. And that's the theme. You know, like you just...
It's like heavenly, but melancholy. It's like, there's the softness.
So symbolically, what I was going for, because as musicians, as composers, it's, yeah, we could, you know, write melody and all that, but like, does it have a meaning behind it, right? Because again, it needs to have some sort of meaning, because if not, then what's the point, right?
Yeah.
So for me, it was Chris's character. You see him from the outside. Oh, he has it all figured out. You know, he has the perfect girlfriend. You know, he's skimboarding. He has opportunities coming and all that. But inside of Chris, you kind of feel like, is he lost? You know, like just kind of like floating through the clouds, so to speak. Of, you know, you just see light. You don't know where to turn because everything just seems very attractive.
Yeah.
Or everything seems very dark. You know, that's those extremes of not knowing which turn to take. And in a way, you kind of feel like you're just leading life, you know, blindfolded, you know? So melodically, that's what I was going for. Where it kind of starts as a very heroic type of theme, and I could. It's very heroic. But then as the theme progresses, you don't know which turn to take. So you start kind of spiraling a little bit right here. And then it turns.
Gosh, gives me chills every time, bro.
That's why it's my favorite theme. And again, it's not the longest theme. It's not the most produced theme. It's just what the scene needed.
Yeah.
You know, just two colors, guitar and an ambient pad. And again, it goes back to just, you see the performance, you make yourself vulnerable, you throw yourself into there, and you just, what is it that can do the scene justice?
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
But that's just one, man. That's just one of so many great scenes in this film.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? Where are we going?
It's so funny because mine is the same setting, but it's just the last scene of the film.
Oh, man. That's where it all comes together.
Yeah.
That's where we're quoting the brotherly theme, we're quoting the father theme, we're quoting the girlfriend theme.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to take a look at it?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
So great.
Excuse me, sir. Do you work here?
Rosie, what are you doing here? Oh my God.
Well, I had to see if you really were the state's best skin shop manager. You have some amazing reviews.
Oh, come here. Wow. How's Nash?
It's good. Yeah, it's good. I've been doing a lot of gigs, meeting a lot of people. Missing the beach, though.
Yeah, I bet. It's funny, you just came in. I was actually just about to close up and head over there.
Okay.
And that's her theme, the acoustic
So you wanna
guitar.
go?
Because she's the,
That's the grounding.
yeah.
Excited to be
Yeah.
back.
And it's so crazy how we
Yeah,
did this scene. I
Wow.
pictured it as a
he's getting big.
orange sunset
And really good.
classic, and there was a storm, and how this all came together just,
But it worked. I'm getting this one. It works just so great. You know, the beauty
You see that one
behind.
he just hit? Yeah, he's getting good.
it's bittersweet.
Hate to
Yeah.
say it, but I think he's better than you, me.
And it's just the space. We're talking about leaving space, letting
I
things
came here
breathe.
straight from the airport, so.
Yeah,
That's not in the back.
sure, no problem.
But maybe I can see you tonight.
Because you could just see in your facial
that.
expression of just how much love you're holding.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
And there's just another great addition to this film. Pops.
I know.
Really is getting good.
Yeah. Think he'll go pro one day?
And then the
Train a
theme just-
child in the way they should go, and they will
theme
not
carries to the
depart from
piano to resemble the father.
Wow.
Just a
I'll
little,
take that as a yes.
you know, he can protect you.
Mm.
Even though he doesn't need to protect you anymore.
Yeah.
I miss her.
See this? This is how you hold on to things in life. People, opportunities, jobs, they come and go. Flutter like birds in the wind, landing in our hand, looking for a place to nest. Sometimes they stay. Sometimes they continue on. Search for the right home. If we keep our hands open, be sure to be ready. The next one will come along. Time's right.
I love you, Dad.
Love you too, son.
Hey, Jake.
And then it goes to the electric guitar, which is the theme of the brotherly love.
Wow, I didn't even know that. I don't even know if I've ever noticed that.
Yeah. So acoustic guitar, piano, and then the electric guitar.
Wow. And it brings, it's...
Which it goes back, it quotes the theme that we just went over.
Mm-hmm.
It's just perfect.
And I love this rise to the end. Credits go here. Man.
But yeah, man, that's, and I get it. We go back to this, of, yes, I could have done, so much more, but it wouldn't do the scene justice.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is so much delicate energy through the characters back and forth, and it's the moment that brings everything together at the end of the film. So it's how do you find something that kind of does him justice at the very end?
Mm-hmm.
He's gone through a huge roller coaster. I think this is, maybe, 6 months later, 5 months later from the previous scene. So in a way, you've kind of have overcome.
Yeah.
So it has to be obviously different than whatever music was before, but in a way, it's like going back to your hometown after, a year or 2 years. Things are different.
Yeah.
And you have to remind yourself, this is a different point in life, than where I left it at. Even though we want to like make the connections and all that stuff, but it's a different point of time.
Yeah.
And you seem in the film balanced, even though you're still learning to cope with everything that has happened, but you're trying to lead a balanced life as an older brother, as a son.
Mm-hmm.
And now, seeing someone come back into your life.
Yeah. As I was just watching this scene, I feel like I came to the realization that this is the first time in the film, which is, at the end of the film, that Chris really comes to the state of acceptance. It's like there's so much resistance throughout the whole film of accepting the circumstances he's in. And this is the first time it's just like releasing that, just releasing everything. And it's such a powerful scene, dude.
It's kind of like leading your whole life. Like I struggle with holding my breath in my daily, things, where it's like when I'm craving resolution, I just hold my breath, let it be in a conversation or doing something for work. And then it usually takes like maybe 70 seconds or 45 seconds for me to do a deep exhale. It's like, wait a second, was I just holding my breath?
Yeah.
And it kind of resembles this, what you were just saying, that Chris has been trying to keeping it together and trying to just hold things together. And then this is like the first moment in the film that we feel him just at ease a little bit.
Yeah.
Being able to just breathe.
Yeah.
Without, the worries of keeping a friendship together, keeping a relationship together. Everything just seems safe, not really safe, but just comfortable
Yeah.
for the first time.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much, that was the goal with the score for this particular scene, of just creating that bed, that musical bed of I can breathe,
Yeah.
you know, and then obviously bringing in the themes of the three characters, the partner, the brother, and the father.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just that, man. It's trying to give everybody purpose and meaning.
Yeah. Yeah. And in bringing the diversity of different instruments and sounds, and from electric to acoustic to piano, you know, I love the idea of bringing the themes and having them overlap. And I don't know too many people that really do that. I try to do that in writing just with the characters as well, but it's a really good way to make them and to enhance their identity, and then ultimately like intertwine them.
Yeah. I mean, it's a subconscious. It
Yeah.
should feel subconscious, right? It's not like, hey, this is the father theme, right?
Yeah.
But the more you watch the film and the more you kind of listen to the soundtrack, and hopefully subconsciously, your mind is connecting the dots, you know, and at least sonically from a music point of view, that should be the goal, you know, of as soon as I play you like that electric guitar texture, oh, that's the brotherly, there's something, because it only comes in when there's something going on with the brothers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So automatically your brain does that connection.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, you know, with the grounding and the love theme. You know, as soon as you hear that acoustic guitar, it's like, okay, he feels whole. He feels grounded. He feels like, all right, that's his North Star.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And then you just, you know, you repeat it throughout the film, and the puzzles start coming together, you know, which is probably the fun part.
Yeah.
You have all these pieces, you dump the puzzle box, and it's like, all right, how do I put this together?
Yeah.
And that's where, you know, you fall in love with the craft,
Yeah.
you know? So that's just my process.
No, I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, I don't know if there's anywhere to go from here. That was beautiful, man.
I mean, those two scenes pretty much captivate really the soul.
Yeah, and there's obviously so many layers to, you know, there's a lot of exciting, you know, score and things that have all different energy levels. We're not going to show everything in this.
You got to watch the film.
Yeah, you got to watch the film. But man, it's such beautiful work. And
I appreciate it, man.
yeah, maybe I'll ask you during working on this film, or maybe even looking back, what's the greatest lesson you learned, or the greatest way that you found growth in your craft and life and just whatever in any aspect of?
I'll tell you this, and it's part of the reason why I connected with the film so much is because I was going through family, personal stuff as well. You know, dad being diagnosed with cancer, and it's like, how does that affect me being 3,500 miles away and still kind of forcing myself to be the man of the family? I never spoke about this or anything like that.
I was going to say, I don't think I knew about this.
No. But right around the time that we started working on the film, my dad had just been diagnosed. And, you know, my mother trying to hold everything together, and me trying to hold everything together. I was like, well, there's not much I can do. I'm in LA, they're in Miami.
Yeah.
And watching this film so many times. And for me, this is like every film that I watch, every film that I'm fortunate to work in, I try to find the lessons. There's lessons in everything, you know? And for me, it was putting myself in Chris's shoes of like, if I continue to burden myself with all of this pressure of like being the ideal son, being the ideal from my mother's point of view, from my father's point of view, trying to make myself vulnerable in a relationship, you know, because I definitely, you know, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And obviously career, you know, it's like my own personal life. So finding that balance, I don't know if it was therapy or, you know, working on the film for X amount of months, that it's just like, you know what, I need to ground myself, and I need to remind myself that it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, I can't control everything.
Mm-hmm.
I can't control what characters in my life, you know, let them be family members, friends,
Yeah.
colleagues. I can't control any of that. The only thing I can control is just, am I doing my best?
Yeah.
And it sounds cliche, but it's like, that's really what just grounded me so much in the film. Because again, going back to that plot of just holding everything together, I'm like, I need to do this film. Like, I need to reach out and just put my heart on my sleeve and just do everything in my power to just express that it's like, no, I'm the guy for this.
Yeah.
And it's really just walking through the fire, you know? So it helped me a lot. It helped me cope tons. You know, it's a little different than just the thrillers and the crime films that I do, because that just creates more tension.
Yeah.
But it created a sense of balance,
Yeah.
you know, which we all crave and we all need. And I think I got there, man. I really got there, you know, having worked on this and working with you on it, and just falling in love together with the process, which, let's be honest, I mean, doesn't really happen on every single production.
Yeah.
You know, some productions feel more transactional. Other productions, it's just like, no, let's just get through the deadline.
Yeah.
And other
The
productions,
investment isn't there. Right. Yeah.
and other productions, it's no, we're jumping in, man. We're jumping in to the deep end, wherever this process takes us. I trust you creatively. You trust me creatively. Let's do this together.
Yeah.
And again, that's, for me, that's the reason why I do this. You know, it's really, it's the walking through the fire. It's the feeling of the uncomfortableness of the process. Because if all of this was comfortable for me, then what's the joy?
Yeah.
You know, and again, as humans, you know, we explore, you know, we stretch, you know, our comfort zone, you know, to the next level of whatever it is, right? And for many of us, that's, you know, that's up here.
Yeah.
You know, so it's pretty much what I got out of the film, man. That was the biggest challenge and the biggest thing that I got from it, you know, and it got me through it. It got me to the other side.
Wow. Same here, because my dad was diagnosed 2 weeks before production started.
How do you, right? Like, how do you not let it just break you apart?
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's crazy, because I told him when he was laying in that hospital bed and I was crying over him on February 14th, I literally was like, you're my Superman. Like, I don't know what to do. And I told him I don't want to do the film. And he literally told me, he said, you have to make this movie. I was like, bro.
We're making a movie. Like, we're not saving. It's,
but we are, because look at your story.
right. Yeah, that's right. In hindsight, right? When we're doing it, you know, we're just making a film. We're just pressing record.
Yeah.
We're telling a story, right? But again, I think that's the beauty of filmmaking, is it's so subjective. And this film, for some people, it's like, oh, it's a surfer movie, even though it's not a surfing movie.
Yeah, but people say that. Yeah.
Right? But other people can watch this film and have the experience that I had of like, you know what, I need something to kind of show me the way through it. Even though obviously that's not what I was just writing music for it.
Yeah.
But you kind of learn to separate your hands of like, okay, I'm not worried about the music today. I just want to watch this film for 3, 4, 5 times before I start committing to it, which is usually my process.
Wow. That's wild.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because you got to think about it. When you're shooting from a director point of view, there's no music on the scene.
Right.
You're doing the best possible performance possible. So when I get called in to do music, that's really what I like to do as well. I don't like just jumping in and coming up with ideas, because again, I'm putting myself first. That's not the point. You know, the point is to understand what you have here, is to understand a story that someone has been working with for years.
Yeah.
So who am I to just come in and it's like, hey, this is the music that I need within the first 3 minutes of the film.
Yeah.
Right? When I don't even know what's going to happen at the end. Right? So it's a little bit of like seeing the future, you know, going back in time, going back and forth. How does it all connect? And then you start laying the bricks one by one, knowing that at any moment it can't work, right? There's always a chance that it won't work.
Yeah.
And you have to knock the house down and start again. You know? So yeah, man, this film, it wasn't just about the music. This film played a huge role in my personal life as well. And I'm just so fortunate that I got to just play a very small role in just making it come together.
It's a huge role, bro.
It's
huge. It's massive.
When you think about how many hundreds of people, you know, played a role into this film, you know, music is just a part of it, you know?
Yeah, it takes a village for sure.
Yeah.
And but that's what makes it, that's what I love about filmmaking, man, that you just can't get anywhere else, is just that whole community effort, you know, on this one thing that just can impact so many people. And we just, you know, it's easy sometimes to do it, you know, for your own, or to not even realize the gravity of your own work. But,
and to piggyback on that, not to get too much into the whole AI topic, but what you captured behind the camera, and, you know, if we're talking about music and what I did with music, it is impossible for a computer to do that. I'm all for using computers. I use computers every day, right? I'm all for technology. But what makes this so special is the degree of imperfection and the degree of you putting your heart behind everything you did. Me watching the film and just coming up, okay, yeah, the theme is going to be this electric guitar, the brotherly love. A computer can't do that, right? A computer thinks in a circle.
Yeah.
There's no emotion behind it, you know? So as long as films like these continue to be made, stories like these continue to be made, where you lay your heart on your sleeve and you explore the depths of family, friendship, the grit, right? No computer can do that.
yeah. I think there's a lot of people in this world that are realizing what's important. So I think movies like this will continue to be made.
Absolutely, man.
At least as long as I'm around.
Absolutely.
Because I'll be making them.
Absolutely, man. And I tell this to everybody, you know, art is a product of trauma. You know?
Yeah.
If art is pretty much a product of, we went through something, we want to tell that story. Let it be in music, let it be in a script, let it be in a performance. If we didn't go through something, we have nothing to tell.
Yeah.
You know, so that's you just got to keep being authentic. You got to keep telling your story, and just knowing that nobody else is going to have the same story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then having the hope and the mindset that you could inspire others, you know, and you could bring others into a place of looking at their own life and trying to, you know, press on, you know. I think that's one of the reasons I do it, like, because it's really to get people to look at their lives or the situations they're in and really evaluate and to hopefully better their lives, you know.
Absolutely. Just like someone made a film once, you saw it as a kid, you're like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
You felt something.
Yeah.
Right? You're doing it here. And it's the same thing happening, right? And that's what we sometimes don't really understand it or don't see it as it's happening. We'll see it in hindsight. We see it 10 years later, 15 years later, when we hear it's like, oh yeah, I love that film. It really inspired me to do X, Y, Z. What?
Yeah.
Right?
But what if that guy didn't make that movie, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and I think for me, that's just the beauty of not only coincidences or not only, you know, symbiotic relationships, but it's really just doing your absolute best. No matter what you might be going through personal life, you know, you got to wear your heart on your sleeve and you got to give it 100%, whatever that feels like, right? Whatever that means to you at that time. And you just have to go for it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you're going to watch this film. Like if you had given 50%, 60%, you're going to watch this film thousands of times afterwards. And you're probably going to be thinking, man, I should have done this. I should have just taken the extra step,
Yeah.
right? But by committing everything you have mentally, financially, you know, it's
Oh, making a movie,
everything that no one knows about, right?
it pulls everything. It demands your life. It's like more than, I mean, I can't compare it to having a child yet, but I would imagine there's some similarities.
Yeah, absolutely. But then
Caring
again,
for
why
a
do you
baby.
do it?
Yeah.
Why do you do it? Because you believe in it. Mm-hmm. Because if you didn't believe in it, you probably wouldn't, you know, it'd be a completely different film.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It's not a turn and burn, let's make a couple bucks kind of film at all.
yeah.
So, all right, man. Well, I think you're the first official guest on Off Script. So,
Well, thank you for having me, man.
yeah, it's been a pleasure, man.
Yeah, likewise.
See you guys soon.